Segment, we discussed who we want to see BYU play in their first round matchup, UCLA or Michigan State. We both hope for the Bruins, but for me anyway, I think it's probably going to be Michigan State. And right now it's time to learn some more about the Spartans with one of their insiders, radio studio host for Michigan State basketball. His name is Dalton Shetler. He joined us yesterday on the Deseret First Credit Union hotline. Dalton, perhaps you know the question that every BYU fan wants to know the answer to, and that is, which Michigan State team do you expect to show up against UCLA, and then if they win, against BYU?
I wish I had that answer. It's just been hard to know. I mean, and this Michigan State team has been very good defensively. I mean, they've been able to really frustrate a lot of elite Big Ten teams. As you know, the Big Ten Conference, it's hard to say they're not the best conference in college basketball this year, getting 9 teams into the tournament. But when you look at this Michigan State team on the offensive end, there have been some struggles in the half-court offense. Take the last game of the Big Ten tournament, for example, where they played against Maryland. 10-minute mark, Michigan State has 23 points. Then during that game, Michigan State has a 12-minute drought where they don't make a field goal. I mean, it's just been kind of like that, inconsistent, up and down. It's been kind of hard to figure out. And here's a stat for you if you really want to kind of represent or illustrate that point further. For games when Michigan State scores 60 points or more, the Spartans are 15-4 on the season. The only problem is there's been 8 games where Michigan State didn't score 60 points. Wow. I mean, that's really just kind of I mean, it's just hard to tell which team shows up. To kind of go a little bit further down that road, for Aaron Henry, who's the team's best player, he leads in just about every single category. When he scores 15 points or 16 points or more in a Big Ten game, Michigan State's 9-1. If he scores 15 or under, 0-10. Same can be done for Rocket Watts this year. He scores 9 or more points, Michigan State's 9-0. He doesn't score 9, I mean, you're looking at a similar situation. So trying to figure out which team shows up has been a bit of a question this year.
And it's a big one because we look at the resume and we go, whoa, wins versus Michigan, Illinois, Ohio State, 2-1 seeds and a 2 seed. It's like, holy shnikes, among other notable wins. Yet you see some losses where you kind of scratch your head, but it's Michigan State and it's the tourney and they always seem to do well, but it's the first time in the first 4. So where is Michigan State in terms of momentum and mindset going into this tournament in a unique setup?
Well, and it's been a bit of a roller coaster too. So the beginning of the season, Michigan State actually went undefeated through the non-conference, went 6-0, capped off with a big win at Duke, you might remember. And it's really interesting, as I gave you kind of some of those numbers about Michigan State not being able to score 60 points 8 different times. Their lowest amount they had in a non-conference game was 75. So that's something to look forward to. It's a bit of a byproduct of Big Ten basketball and, just the physicality, how things are done here in the Big Ten. But then they go through a tough stretch where they start off the Big Ten season 2-7. They start picking up wins towards the end. And really go back about 3 weeks ago, there was a trip down to Bloomington. Michigan State had 26 points at halftime, but in the second half exploded for 52 points in the final 20 minutes. And it was done by going to small ball. I mean, Michigan State has kind of messed around with the lineups. There's been some holes at point guard, some holes at center for play throughout the season, but they went small and just threw some athletes out, wing heavy, and they were able to score 52 points. That led directly into that number 5 win against Illinois, the number 4 win against Ohio State, and the following week, the split with number 2 Michigan. So Michigan State, although coming off a loss in the Big Ten tournament, is starting to pick up momentum where on the other side for Michigan State's opponent, UCLA, they're starting to go down a little bit. They lost their last 4 and had leads in those 4.
Dalton Shetler covers Michigan State basketball. He is a pregame and halftime show host. It's not often that a play-in game steals this much attention nationally, but when you see UCLA and Michigan State and the national analysts go, whoa, how about that on the 11 seed line? It caused all BYU fans to kind of pause and go, BYU, they get a 6 seed and they've got to play the winner of that game. This is unbelievable. That said, I'm interested to hear what the fan base's reaction on the Michigan State side was to receiving an 11 seed in a play-in game.
Well, the fan reaction, quite simply, was, 3 weeks ago, if you told a Michigan State fan they're going dancing for a 23rd straight year, they wouldn't have believed you. Just because, again, we talk about that 2-7 start. It took a series of wins against 3 top 5 teams in the final 13 days. And you look at that back into the schedule. So Michigan State in its final 13 games dating back to the beginning of February had 7 games against top 8 net teams. 6 games came outside of top 8 net teams. I mean, that's just how loaded it was. So if you told a fan back then, hey, they're going to make the NCAA tournament, they'd be like, really? So they're appreciative of getting in, but everybody's scratching their head a little bit about how they ended up in a play-in game after getting those wins. I'm not quite sure if it completely adds up, but again, there's just a overwhelming appreciation for making this happen.
Yeah, it doesn't make a ton of sense given how tough the schedule is, but it all depends on what the criteria of the committee that year is. And apparently strength of schedule wasn't as big as it has been in years previous. I do want to ask you this question because we hosted this guy on a recruiting tour in this studio before, Matty Sissoko. So he's at Michigan State, a guy that's, from, I believe, Mali, and went to Wasatch Academy here in Utah. I see he's on the team. I see he averages 1 a game, has played in 24 games. How's Matty Sissoko doing?
He's picked up a lot more minutes as the years went on. There's been games where he's been spotlighted. And, if you're not from the Big Ten or know exactly how the Big Ten plays, it is just beefy. It's physical, it's beefy. And this year, as good as the Big Ten was, you take a look at Iowa, they have the National Player of the Year in Luka Garza, a big who's about 7 feet tall. Kofi Coburn, who is just a mammoth, and he's about 7 feet tall. Hunter Dickinson from Michigan, he's an All-American as well. You can go up and down how loaded the bigs were. And Madi was thrown into the mix against many of those different bigs and played pretty well. So physically, he's already kind of at this level. Just as a freshman, he's just working on edging out and polishing some different areas of his game, but looking for a real decent and promising future in a Michigan State uniform.
Michigan State is a popular pick to beat UCLA. I think they're a 2-point favorite in Vegas now, and then go on and beat BYU. Why do you think that is matchup-wise?
Well, matchup-wise, and you guys could maybe help me out a little bit more about BYU, but we are aware, obviously, Matt Harms, a former Boilermaker here in the Big Ten Conference, makes his way over to BYU. From what I understand, because I haven't been able to watch too much tape on BYU struggled with athleticism, at least what I understand, during parts of the year. And Michigan State's not short on athletes. And there's a lot of athleticism here. It's just a difficult, challenging time to score for this Michigan State group at different times, like we noted earlier in this interview. So if Michigan State shows up to play and is finishing shots, this is a team that can beat number 5 Illinois, number 4 Ohio State, number 2 Michigan. If they don't, we've seen some bad losses from this Michigan State team throughout the year. So really, it's kind of a roll of the dice.
Is Rocket his first name, or is that a nickname? Because that's awesome either way.
It is awesome either way. It is a nickname. His first name is Mark, but
is he fast?
Goes with Rocket. Rocket is fitting. He is lightning quick and can soar. We haven't seen him dunk too much in games, but this guy is an athlete.
Dalton, we appreciate the insight into Michigan State basketball, and I wish you luck in your broadcast as you get ready for UCLA. We'll see if it pans out, and the Cougars are taking on the Spartans.
We actually want to play UCLA. I would rather play UCLA than Michigan State.
I get it. Folks, thanks. I really appreciate you guys.
Dalton Shetler on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, you know why, we show how.